Hey everybody, and welcome to this video where we walk through your pathways of art in your future. Now I'm Mr. Weekman, your teacher, and I've been graciously gifted the opportunity to be a person in your life that hopefully helps you realize that your attention is something that everyone's seeking. You open up your phones, and the second you do so, notifications are coming and people are trying to get your attention. That could be a show that constantly plays the next episode right the second that the last one's done because they don't want you to go anywhere else. That could be a friend who just keeps texting and texting and texting because they want your attention. They want your time. So as a visual artist, I think realizing that there are things that you can do in your life that your time can be spent on, and that could be appreciating someone else's art, that could be making art for yourself, that could be trying art in your free time to maybe make a little money. Maybe it's your full-time job, or maybe you have, some mastery in it. So let's take a look through and kind of guide you through the spectrum of where you could be at as an artist. So I just came up with this list, and it's something that I've been thinking about a lot because I want you to realize that no matter where you are on this list or wherever you aspire to be or try to get to, I think there's value in the arts in all of these levels, and I think there's value in pursuing the arts with the time and attention that you have here. So let's go through these a little bit slower. So what does it mean to just be someone who appreciates art? And that's going to be where you're not actually participating in the creative making of things, but you joyfully notice them. You see the things around you, the way the chair is designed, you see the way that someone has something unique on their wall, you see the way that the director is making choices in the movie that's a little bit unexpected, and you notice them. You also are giving your attention to art that others are creating. You enjoy it, so you just pay attention to it. That's the appreciation level of being an artist. And maybe you aspire to make things someday, but right now you're just like saving the videos or making a massive Pinterest board. Next is going to be to participate. And when you are a participant, you are basically active in the creative process, realizing that it stimulates your mind in such a way that's different than taking in information or content, and so you make things. You are using your attention to make things rather than take them in, and you appreciate that process of creating things. Maybe you realize that you get joy from adding beauty to the world, and that's something you aspire to do more of. And this is going to be something that you do for your own enjoyment. It doesn't matter if people are going to see it. You maybe don't even try to show people, but it's basically just for your own enjoyment and the realization of that relaxation that can happen when you make things. There's a movement in making things, and that movement can be beneficial to people. So maybe you're a participant. Maybe that's what you are right now in this class. That's what I would say. You are participating in making art. Maybe some of you for the first time, and others, this is something you've been doing for a long time. Next up is going to be hobbyist. So this is going to be where you do not support yourself someday in the future with the artwork that you make, but you have a heart for making things and connecting to that creative process. So maybe you spend your time at night or outside of your work hours, and that's the thing you're thinking about. When you're at work doing whatever job it is, you're kind of thinking about your studio time later, or the time in the weekends, or on vacation. And you enjoy the freedom that comes with not having to support yourself. So sometimes if you're a career artist, you're spending all your time, working, and then you get done with work and you have less energy to actually make things, where this can be a wonderful thing to just have that freedom to kind of make whatever you want. Next up is the visual arts career. So this is going to be where you support yourself with the work that's connected to visual communication. and the creative process. So you are paid for your knowledge, your skill set, or your stylized choices. And sometimes I think artists always, or young artists always think it's about the skill set. But the stylized choice can be such an important part of that, of what people search for. And if you are in this visual arts career kind of section, you are searching for patrons, you're searching for work and people that will support your creative work. You are invested in storytelling and coming up with stories or partnering with people to tell stories. And you have a specific skill set that's on demand. You've grown a skill set that people want, so they're willing to pay you for it. You make things that connect with others. That could be connecting to other artists, to each other. That could be connecting the processes to younger people who don't know that process. But the visual arts career is a wonderful possibility that maybe you will aspire to. And the last one is going to be something that's kind of more like a lifelong goal, and that would be supporting yourself and possibly others as a master artist. So that's the work that you're communicating visually, and the fact that you have a proven expertise, so you have kind of done this for a while, people know you're a known quantity, and people search for it. They anticipate the next thing you're making. There's a body of work that you have already that people have fallen in love with, and now you get some flexibility in what you're making. The last thing I would say is just there's a legacy to the things you make. It will last beyond your life, and that's possibly the case for some of these other categories too, that the things you make will matter beyond yourself, but for sure as a master artist that is the case, that people will value the object enough to keep the object, even sometimes they won't even know the artist. So these are the overview threshold, and we'll be going into these a little bit more in the coming weeks. But I wanted to just give you a broad overview and have you reflect on these. Now this is my first time kind of giving this framework to people, so I'm curious on the document that you'll fill out. What are some thoughts and what does this look like for each of these categories? So I want you to think about that and turn that back to me, and I'll actually then next week start going into a little bit more of the details of what you said. You know, what does it look like to be someone who appreciates art? Like, what would that look like in your life? What would it be to be someone who participates at a low level? As a hobbyist, what does that look like? And I'll take that information, kind of condense it, and bring it back to you with some future videos. So thanks for participating and listening. And I hope this information helps you figure out that it's okay, whatever level you are with art in your life. And I know there's so many students that come in that say, like, I draw stick people. There's no place for me. But I hope throughout this class, the goal is that you'll leave with an understanding that appreciation is a wonderful thing, and we would love it if you appreciated things that artists make and you value unique handmade creations by people that are in your community or in your world. And then everything down the line. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm excited to go through this framework a little bit more with you in the coming weeks. Good luck filling out the document, and have a great day.